Greetings Guardians. This is Olympus Alliance, and today we are diving deep into one of the most exciting factions in all of Hero Wars, Alliance, the Way of Progress. Progress heroes have been making more and more of a mark in Dominion, not just because of their powerful synergy, but because of the insane boost Polaris brings with her Aurora Borealis, doubling the damage of every Progress hero. And when you put the right combination of tanks, supports, and damage dealers around her, the results can be devastating. So today we're breaking down the top 5 Progress teams that will let you dominate battles, control the tempo, and unleash devastating combos. Each team we're about to discuss has been carefully crafted with synergy in mind, not just one hero carrying, but all of them combining into something greater. Let's get started. Team 1, Julius, Sebastian, Isaac, Lara Croft, and Polaris. This team is a perfect balance of defense, buffs, and damage. It all starts with Julius in the front line, one of the strongest tanks in the game. Julius is not just there to absorb hits, his shields constantly keep the whole team alive, while his passive boosts give the entire lineup momentum. His shields feed directly into Isaac, who thrives when allies are protected, since his shield drones heal engineers and add layers of durability. But here's where the magic begins. Sebastian steps in with his Ballad of Tenacity, preventing curses and control effects from shutting down your team. That means Lara Croft is free to do what she does best, deal massive single target damage, shred armor with her penetration, and apply relentless pressure. And remember, Lara Croft scales beautifully with critical buffs, which Sebastian provides through his Hunter's Tune. Now add Polaris. Aurora Borealis doubles the damage of every Progress hero here. Julius, Sebastian, and Isaac all benefit, and Polaris herself delivers constant stuns and magical pressure. This creates a nightmare for the enemy team. Between Lara's sheer damage, Isaac's shields and Polaris's crowd control, you've got a team that doesn't just survive, it steamrolls. This team works because every piece complements the others. Julius and Isaac protect, Sebastian boosts, Lara destroys, and Polaris keeps the enemy team locked down. A complete, destructive package. Team 2, Julius, Judge, Fólio, Cascade, and Polaris. This team is all about control and massive disruption. Julius once again anchors the front line, but this time he's backed by Judge. Judge's Iron Cyclone and Force Field are built to control momentum, throwing shields on the edges of your team and stunning enemies repeatedly with his enhanced generator. Together, Julius and Judge form a fortress of Progress synergy. Now add Fólio to the mix. Fólio is pure chaos on the battlefield, disruption and distraction incarnate. His own magical blasts cover wide areas, tearing into the enemy formation and keeping them constantly under threat. He doesn't just deal damage, he creates panic. And when you layer Judge's control stuns with Fólio's massive pressure, enemies have no chance to regroup. Cascade then joins in with tidal waves that knock enemies back and interrupt their setups. Cascade is momentum control, breaking enemy timing while Judge and Fólio pile on the pressure. And of course, Polaris is the final piece of this puzzle. Aurora Borealis doubles the damage of Julius and Judge here, while Polaris herself adds more stun and more magical creating an overwhelming tide of control. This team is devastating because it doesn't let your opponents play their game. From the first second, they're disrupted, stunned, knocked back, and bombarded with damage. By the time they try to react, it's already too late. Team 3, Julius, Judge, Nebula, Orion, and Polaris. This team is a hybrid of Progress control and high-burst magic damage. Julius is once again the defensive cornerstone, with shields and survivability ensuring his allies can focus on offense. Judge joins him with his constant stuns and shield protection, creating one of the strongest defensive control duos in the game. Now here's the twist: Nebula buffs make her irreplaceable. Her equilibrium skill boosts the magic and physical attack of her nearest allies, which means Orion and Polaris get supercharged damage right from the start. Orion, with his constant missiles and his full charge passive, becomes a magic machine gun, firing again and again with insane penetration and burst. And Polaris doubles Orion's magic devastation with her stuns, and her Aurora Borealis boost beyond TA team. This team is incredible because it blends progress synergy with Nebula's universal buffing. Orion becomes the finisher, Judge and Polaris keep the enemy locked down, and Julius makes sure the whole squad survives long enough to fire off their combos. This team works because it combines defense, buffs, control, and raw damage into one perfect storm. Team 4, Julius, Judge, Isaac, Cascade, and Polaris. Here we return to a progress core and Cascade. This lineup is pure synergy. Julius and Judge once again form the frontline wall. Julius with shields and reflexes, Judge with stuns and force fields. Behind them stands Isaac, the engineer genius. His observer drones buff physical allies, his shield drones protect and heal engineers, and his overdrive adds yet another O layer. With Isaac in the lineup, the team becomes a fortress. Cascade then brings disruption, breaking the enemy's timing with tidal waves that throw them off balance. Cascade is invaluable here, because while Julius, Judge, and Isaac maintain order on your side, Cascade ensures the enemy cannot execute their strategy. And then Polaris ties it all together. Aurora Borealis doubles the damage of Julius, Judge, and Isaac, making their shields, stuns, and drones hit twice as hard. Plus, her stuns keep the enemy formation paralyzed. This team is brutal for long battles, because the layers of shields, stuns, and buffs just keep stacking. Your opponent finds themselves trapped in a cycle of disruption, with no breathing room. Team 5, Julius, Judge, Nebula, Lara Croft, and Polaris. This team is where progress defense meets pure single-target destruction. Julius and Judge, as always, build the unshakable frontline. They shield, they stun, they keep everything in control. Polaris amplifies them with Aurora Borealis and adds her own stuns into the mix. But here's where things get deadly: Nebula and Lara Croft. Nebula funnels her buffs into Lara, boosting her physical attack, and Polaris and Judge magical attack, turning her into a one-woman wrecking crew. With Sebastian not in this lineup, Nebula ensures Lara still gets the juice she needs to cut through enemy defenses. Lara Croft, with her armor penetration and criticals, becomes unstoppable. Tanks crumble, backliners fall, and she does it all while Polaris keeps enemies stunned and Julius keeps the team alive. This team is dangerous because it combines heavy progress synergy with one of the strongest single-target damage dealers in the game, making it a nightmare for enemy frontlines and fragile damage dealers alike. So Guardians, there you have it, 5 progress-powered teams that aren't just strong on paper, but devastating in practice. From Julius's shields to Isaac's drones, from Judge's stuns to Fólio's disruption, from Lara Croft's destruction to Polaris's Aurora Borealis doubling it all, these teams are proof that the way of progress is one of the most dangerous factions in Hero Wars Alliance today. The key to these lineups isn't one hero carrying the team. It's how they all combine. Shields feed buffs. Buffs fuel damage. Damage chains into disruption. Disruption locks enemies down. And through it all, Polaris ensures that every progress hero hits twice as hard. So go test these teams in your battles, try them in brawls, and see for yourself just how destructive progress synergy can be. And don't forget, the way of progress is only going to keep growing, and with heroes like Polaris amplifying the entire faction, the future looks brighter than ever. What do you think, Guardians? Which of these teams are you most excited to try? Let us know in the comments. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and as always, salute and friendship.